looking for positivity or looking for encouragement. Temia Brinson aims to educate you, to give you the push to believe, to have the mindset for success. Mindset for success. To have the mindset for success. To have the mindset for success.
We have a great show lined up for you. Tonight we have our very special guest, Valdrada Grissom. She is a licensed insurance agent who specializes in final expenditures. So this episode, we're going to be talking about insurance.
I've got my license in 2011. I worked the business for a little bit, and then I stopped and did some other things, worked for state government, and got back with writing for the company that I write with now in 2018. So I've been doing it for 3 years with my current company.
Okay, so you actually write insurance policies?
Yes, I do.
Oh, wow. So what is that like? What is all involved in writing it?
Well, for us, we are what's called mobile agents. So we actually go, we receive, the company mails out information. The prospective customers, they respond to the information. They send the mailers back in. Or either we run television commercials, and so they call in from the television commercials, and then we go out to see them based on the response that we receive from the potential customer. And so we'll go out to their homes, and I travel all over the state, but we go out to their homes, we sit down and talk to them and go over the material with them, see what they qualify for, and preferably and hopefully get them coverage.
Okay, now what is all involved in the coverage? Like what is actually in the policy? For example, I know, like for me, example, I have a hole, but I mean, I didn't do a medical exam, so whatever type it is that don't require you to have a medical exam, that's what I have.
Okay.
Okay, so in the policies that you write, is there medical?
No, there's not. I'm what's called a final expense agent.
Okay, what is that?
So we deal with our primary customers are between age 45 and 85.
Okay.
At the age of 86 in the state of Florida, you are what's considered uninsurable.
Okay.
Okay. And so we deal with that demographic, but we can write policies from age 30 days all the way up to 85.
Okay.
But our target demographics is age 45 to 85. And so our policy, it is a final expense policy. And it is a whole life policy.
Okay.
Okay? And so you have term insurance and you have whole life. We say term is temporary insurance.
Okay.
So, and a lot of people think term is bad. Term insurance is not bad insurance. It is for a specific purpose. Term insurance, it's temporary insurance, but it's for when you're younger, it's cheaper insurance. So it's for when you're younger, you've got your husband, you got your wife, you got the children, you've got the home, the cars, all of these bills and things that you're paying for. And so you can buy a lot of it cheaper.
Oh, so it's basically for the younger who life expect you don't expect
Right.
That to occur at that age. So it's something that is just in case.
Right. And so when you buy a term, you're supposed to buy 8 or more times your annual income.
Okay.
So if something happens, then the family, you know, they've lost you, but they haven't. They don't have to lose the home. They don't have to lose the car. They don't have to suffer financially. But the key to that point that everybody misses, they're like, oh, this is cheaper. I'm going to buy this. I'm just going to buy. While you're buying this cheap insurance, you're supposed to be saving.
Yeah.
And so people don't do the savings part. And so when they get my age or older, then you're supposed to become what's called self-insured.
Right.
And so that's why I feel that everybody needs one whole life policy.
Okay.
Okay? And the whole life, it stays with you your whole life. It's with you your whole life. It accrues cash value. So you have the option to, if you need to, borrow against the policy for emergencies. But you have to also realize that that's going to trigger some interest there because that's a loan.
Okay, yeah.
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 But it does accrue cash value. It is with you your whole life. With my company, some companies, and when you turn 100, it will go away. With my company, it never goes away. It really is with you your whole life. But when you turn 100, you don't have to pay any premiums.
Well, yeah, 100, okay.
And then the other benefit is that we pay our claims within 24 hours of proof of claim, of the approved claim. And so
So what you need, after the death certificate or?
the death certificate, or we can take verification from the funeral director. But if we're taking that kind of verification, then we will pay 80%.
Oh, okay.
And we don't mail a check. We do a direct deposit drop into a checking or savings account. If you want a check mailed, we will do that. But we like to do the drop into the checking or savings account. And we still have the agents. We believe in that personal experience. So I don't know. You said you have a whole life policy. Do you know who your agent is?
Yeah.
Okay, so they keep in
I
touch
got
with
it from
you?
her personally. Yeah,
Okay, so she keeps
a friend. I do business with friends.
Okay.
That are in business.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. But we keep up with our customers. And so I've had to do several death claims. It takes me 7 minutes to do them. So it's very quick. I work for a very good company. They take care of their agents. They take care of the customers. They pay the claims. And so it's just a good.
Okay, now, is that, okay, I have a creative mind, so let me just ask you.
Okay.
What about, do you take client, or have you had a client where is this possible for, let's say a family gets together and pay, they do a contract, as you know, family squabbles, whatever. They do a contract of who gets what or whatever. But they all go in and pay for $1 or $2 million policy on the patriarch or the matriarch. So is that possible?
It's possible, but I mean, we would draft from one account.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't draft from, multiple people. So they would have to.
Oh, yeah, one account, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll be right back right after this break. Learn how to trade stocks with this stock market trading course available at TemiaBrinson.com. Here, you will learn how to manage your risk. You will learn when to cut losses. And you will also learn how to define your targets. You will learn trading strategies. And these are simple strategies. These are proven strategies. And you will learn how to develop a solid trading plan. And this is a professional grade trading course. It was compiled by industry top professional traders with real trading examples. And this is also from experienced traders with over 7-figure trading results. And it's an easy to follow step-by-step approach. So go to TemiaBrinson.com and get this stock market trading course today.
With the U.S. Small Business Administration, we make small business our business by being an ally, an advocate, a mentor, a coach, an educator, a friend. So businesses across the nation can confidently start, grow, expand, and recover. SBA, empowering small businesses, empowering the American dream.
And now, let's continue with our discussion. So the death certificate or?
The death certificate, or we can take uh, verification from the funeral director. But if we're taking that kind of verification, then we will pay 80%.
Oh, okay.
And we don't mail a check. We do a direct deposit drop into a checking or savings account. If you want a check mailed, we will do that. But we like to do the drop into the checking or savings account. And we still have the agents. We believe in that personal experience. So I don't know. You said you have a whole life policy. Do you know who your agent is?
Yeah.
Okay, so they keep in
I
touch
got
with
it
you?
from her personally. Yeah,
Okay, so she keeps
a
it.
friend. I do business with friends.
Okay.
That are in business.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. But we keep up with our customers. And so I've had to do several death claims. It takes me 7 minutes to do them. So it's very quick. I work for a very good company. They take care of their agents. They take care of the customers. They pay the claims. And so it's just a good.
Okay, now, is that, okay, I have a creative mind, so let me just ask you.
Okay.
What about, do you take client, or have you had a client, or is this possible for, let's say a family gets together and pay, they do a contract, as you know, family squabbles, whatever. They do a contract of who gets what or whatever, but they all go in and pay for $1 or $2 million policy on the patriarch or the matriarch. So is that possible?
It's possible, but I mean, we would draft from one account.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't draft from multiple people. So they would have to.
Oh yeah, one account. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And what about also if you have can you do? I don't know if this is possible either, but what about stacked? For example, the family come together, or a person has a policy on the matriarch or patriarch, and then they list them as the beneficiaries, but then you have another policy or a second beneficiary on the
That's a contingent.
second generation, like the grandchildren.
Okay, so you can have multiple beneficiaries,
Okay.
and you can have what's called a contingent beneficiary. So a contingent beneficiary is if something happens to the primary beneficiary, then that contingent is already set up. And so they would receive the benefit. And then there's no additional paperwork to be done. Or you can have multiple. You can list multiple beneficiaries. So somebody's going to get 25%. This sister's going to get, the other 25. You can have multiple. It's not recommend. It all depends on what the policy is for.
Right.
Like I said, my policies are designed to take care of final expenses, but you can use it for whatever you want to use it for.
Yeah.
But if you're getting it to take care of final expenses, then you really want to make sure that final expenses are taken care of. Then I would stick with that one beneficiary that's going to use it for what you purchased it for. But you can use the policy. You can use it for church donation if you want to leave a donation. Posthumously. When you pass away, I want to leave $1,000.
Synagogue to do that.
Yeah, I want to leave $2,000 or $5,000 to my church, or I want to leave $5,000 to the Humane Society. People don't think about that, but you may love this organization and you've never been able to give, the amount that you wanted to give, but if you can get a policy and you can leave it $10,000 to that organization.
Wow.
On your passing. So it can be used for other things.
Okay. And then so that also take care of, like you said, the expense. So you don't need a plot, like an additional plot policy.
No.
Okay, good. Okay, because with mine, I'm like, why do I need another burial when, I have one child, and, whatever happens, you can just get the policy and pay for it out of that. So, but, I know people like the older generation, they have a policy and a plot plan. So.
Yeah, yes, I've heard, some people do have that. But no, you don't have to have that.
Okay. All right. And then, so have you had any, different circumstances or any things out of the norm, like that was a hold-up or something in the policy that would allow it to?
I've had a hold-up. I had a gentleman, and he passed away. Let me say this. All insurance policies have what's called a 2-year contestable period.
Okay.
Okay. Now, and people may get that confused. Insurance policies that you buy over the television, over the internet, they send the things in the mail. A lot of times they have what's called a 2-year waiting period. And they'll say like graded, or they'll say, they use different terms. I can't say the company because I don't know whatever, but they're America's most popular 9.99
Oh, wow.
I think they got in trouble because now they have it in different places that you got a 2-year wait before you get the full benefit, because they weren't saying that before.
Oh, okay.
But
so they weren't disclosing it.
they weren't really disclosing it, and a lot of people think, and it's very important to look at what you're buying.
Right.
Because that's, a lot of people think, they're immediately covered and they have that 2-year wait period. But back to what you asked me, there is automatically a 2-year contestable period on all policies. So if you pass away in the first 2 years, your policy is contestable. What that means is that whatever questions they ask to you, your agent or whoever sold you the policy, they want to make sure that you told the truth.
Okay.
And so they want to see your medical records then.
Okay.
Okay. And so I had a gentleman who died, I think 4 months shy of 2 years.
Wow.
And he's not close with his family. And so he left his beneficiary was his lady friend.
Oh.
So, and that's fine, but unbeknownst to me, and I didn't know, and unbeknownst to him, getting his medical records has been an issue.
I'm pretty sure, the
Because
other family probably wasn't cool with that.
he went to the health department, and that's a state agency, and he would go there for his health care, and so they need some legal documents in order to release his medical records. So we're working to do that.
So he had to go through the family.
To get that. No, we don't necessarily have to go through the family, but she has to go through the court.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
So
you
that
going to probate court?
she's going to have to get,
Yeah. So is it, in those cases, is it better to, see, this is why I asked this question.
No, that's a good question.
Yeah, I didn't know about the 2-year thing. So is it better to put the, can you, instead of naming a beneficiary, can you have it as a trust? To a trust? Payable to a trust?
You can.
Yeah.
You can have it payable to, I believe you can have it payable to your trust.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's better or not, because it may hold up things.
But I mean, if it go to a trust, then it... We'll be right back, right after this break. Learn how to trade stocks with this stock market trading course, available at TemiaBrinson.com. Here, you will learn how to manage your risk. You will learn when to cut losses. And you will also learn how to define your targets. You will learn trading strategies. And these are simple strategies. These are proven strategies. And you will learn how to develop a solid trading plan. And this is a professional grade trading course. It was compiled by industry top professional traders with real trading examples. And this is also from experienced traders with over 7-figure trading results. And it's an easy to follow step-by-step approach. So go to TemiaBrinson.com and get this stock market trading course today.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans, and soon they will be available to everyone.
This vaccine means hope. It will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
I want to go back to work and I want to be able to move around.
To visit with Michelle's mom, to hug her and see her on her birthday.
You know what I'm really looking forward to is going to opening day in Texas Ranger Stadium with a full stadium.
We've lost enough people and we've suffered enough damage.
In order to get rid of this pandemic, it's important for our fellow citizens to get vaccinated.
I'm getting vaccinated because we want this pandemic to end as soon as possible.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
So roll up your sleeve and do your part.
This is our shot.
Now it's up to you.
And now, let's continue with our discussion.
But I think it's better. Of course, you could pass away unexpectedly.
Right.
But if you know, I would say I would write something down. If I have a customer like that again, I'm going to have them to put in writing that upon my passing, that it's okay for my medical records to be released to such and such and such and such, who is the beneficiary of my life insurance policy, and have them to get it notarized and filed at the courthouse, so that they don't have that problem.
Right.
Because that's something I experienced that I've never, I didn't know about.
Okay.
It caught me
So
off
if
guard.
you're not married, you need some type of
Yes.
to sign off, some type of document where they sign off.
Yeah, just in case, if it's over 2 years, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
After you've held a policy for 2 years, it's not contestable. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But he was shy of those 2 years, and so it was still contestable, and they wanted to see his medical records. Now, I want to say something on that as well. It is very important. A lot of people don't understand insurance. And a lot of times when I go, people are like, well, why you came to my house? Why you, I don't necessarily like people coming to my house, but in doing this, I understand the importance of it and why we come. But it's important for you to read and know what I'm doing. And when you get your policy, or before you sign off, you need to make sure that those questions that the agent asked you, that they answered them correctly.
Right.
I have ran into customers where the agent has lied on a previous policy that they had. They may have had a health condition, and the agent said no, just so they could get them insured.
Oh, wow.
Because you have to deal with underwriting.
Yeah.
And this is how we earn our living, and everybody, unfortunately, is not honest.
Wow.
And so they want to get paid, and so they have lied. And then, if you die in that 2-year period, and that person, your beneficiary is not going to get what they expected to get. Wow. And so you have to be careful about those kind of things, and know what's being put down on your application, not just accepting what's being said.
So that still matters, even if you get a policy that doesn't require an exam, medical exam?
If you get a policy it's still contestable.
Okay.
My policy doesn't require a medical exam.
Right.
Okay. We ask 12 health questions, and we check your prescription history.
So that's what I mean.
Yes, it matters. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, because if you pass away in the first 2 years, it's still contestable by law.
Oh, wow.
And so we can see, we checked your medical history, and you said you didn't have HIV, or you said you didn't have COPD or heart disease or whatever. If we check your medical records and find out you did have it, then we give all the money back. So my company, we will give all the money that was paid in the first year, the second year. We will give all that money back, but you won't get the full benefit. So yes, answer your question. Yes, it still matters.
Wow. Okay.
It still matters.
Well, you guys be careful, okay, and double check all the paperwork.
Yes, you do need to. You need to win that policy. You can have your agent come back and go over it with you. You can read it if you don't understand it, and make sure that it's somebody that you trust.
Okay, when you sit down with a customer before getting them on and signing them on to a policy, tell me, what do you do? Like, how do you go through their options with them?
Okay. When I sit down with the customer, first of all, I ask them, why am I here? Because that's important. Why am I here? Mm-hmm. Am I here because you have no coverage at all? Am I here because you have coverage but you want to increase your coverage? Why am I here? What's going on? Because it's important for me to know, and I've heard some people say, well, they asked me, did I have insurance? Why they got to know my business? Why they got to, because you may be getting something you don't need. You may think you need it. Mm-hmm. You may think, we have to understand, I think we fail to understand that the funeral business, it is a business. Mm-hmm. And and all funeral directors are not ethical. I'm going to say that. Right. And if you have a $20,000 policy, they'll charge you $20,000 if they can. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It doesn't take $20,000 to bury somebody. It can, depending on what you choose and what's what.
Have gold in that casket.
Yeah, but it happens. Mm-hmm. And so, at least for me, I can't speak for any other agents. When I come, I'm asking these questions because I need to know why am I here? Right. Is it because you want to leave something to your grandkids? Mm-hmm. Is it because you want to increase what you have? You don't think you have enough to do what you need to do, or you don't have anything at all? Because if you have, just say $10,000, you can be buried with $10,000. I'm not I'm not a high pressure salesperson. I do this for a living, mm-hmm. but I consider it my ministry as well. Right. And so I'm not going to try to force you to buy a $20,000 policy right. when I know all you need is a 10, or you can bury somebody for $8,500. Wow. Lower than that here, in this city, and it will be a decent funeral. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to show you all your options. Okay. So I'm going to show you the $8,500. I'm going to show you the $20,000. Okay. Or the $35,000. Our max is $35,000. Okay. So if you qualify for it, I'm going to show you that. But if all you need, if you're a veteran, I'm a veteran. I can be buried at the National Cemetery. Right. So I have my burial taken care of. Mm-hmm. So all I need to do is pay the funeral home. If you're on a fixed income, then you want me coming telling you need $10,000 or $15,000. You don't, because your burial's taken care of. Mm-hmm. So really, all you need is about $4,000 or $5,000. Mm-hmm. So I'm there to educate and to help. Mm-hmm. And if you want some more, yes, I'll be more than happy to tell you as much as you want. Mm-hmm. But I will show you what you need, and then I'll show you what you can have.
Okay. So tell us, how can people get in touch with you? How can they reach you?
I'm on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook. You can email me at, Valdrada, VALDRADALH @gmail.com. Or you can call me at 850-591-7563.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you for educating me mm-hmm. and the audience, because there's a lot of stuff that I didn't know, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't know either. So mm-hmm. I thank you for the education. I thank you for giving us a whole rundown on insurance. So you guys go ahead and get in touch with Val, and hopefully she'll be able to take care of you, all your needs, and thank you for coming on.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
I'm Temia Brinson from Mindset for Success, and thank you for watching the show. Be sure to tune in next Monday at 9 p.m.
You have the mindset for success.